Too special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. Pop, boom. Appreciate the support. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories. We rolling, we pushing, trying to get to the 80K, man. Then we got 20 more K to do 100. Boom, boom, boom. Plaque on the wall. We certified. We certified as a force out here in this positive energy movement. That's what we fighting for. That's what we trying to get. Trying to spread this message everywhere, man. That's our mission, and we on it. You understand me? So let's get it. Let's go. Salute TBP. Man, today I wanted to talk about this situation right here because, you know, I recently ran into my old head Van, man. Shout out Van, man. Big love to Van. You know, got to do a video on Van, man. You know, Van was, like I told y'all before in a couple of other videos, man. Van was more or less, if I ever had a mentor in there, it would probably be Van. You know, I had some cats that, you know, taught me a lot about prison, man. Especially my big brother Boo. And he's getting ready to get out soon. I'm gonna bring him to y'all. But more or less, Van was older, so you know he was a dude that I really you know admired and looked up to, man, for his character and the way he carried it. You know, like I said before too in other videos, more or less probably one of the most pure-hearted dudes that I met, man, with, you know, zero larceny in him. Never displayed to me, or I have seen him display to others, you know, but not to be toyed or played with neither, you know, or confused for weak. But yeah, but I seen him lately, man, so we was reminiscing and just talking about different things and different people and stuff like that. And he brought up this cat, man, that we both knew, you know, real well. LJ, man. We knew this dude LJ, and I spoke about LJ before in one of the other videos in the little situation that transpired, you know, between me and him, or that didn't all the way, you know, transpire, but you know, the little altercation. But it just got me to reminiscing about that situation and you know how easily, you know, things in prison can get, you know, out of hand, man. I mean, from like 0 to 100, just boom, just like that, man, and you know can cause major damage, man, and alter a whole lot of lives, man. But yeah, LJ, man, he was a hustler, ain't no doubt about it. He was a pure hustler, and you know, like I say, I get credit where credit is due. You know, he definitely was a hustler, you know, on the street and in the penitentiary. And also, he was a good athlete, man, a real exceptional athlete. I heard he was, you know, exceptional athlete, you know, in high school and junior high and all through school and stuff like that. I mean, he could play basketball, you know, pretty good, and he was a beast on that football field. You know, we had a lot of football games in prison, and you know, a lot of sports go on in prison. You know, a lot of football games, and LJ used to be a quarterback, you know what I'm saying? So he was yeah, he used to do his thing out there, and then, you know, we playing tackle. You know what I'm saying? These grown men out here playing tackle. So, you know, bones is getting broke, you know, cuts is getting slashed across the face, arms. I mean, it was just vicious, brutal. So a lot of dudes ain't even want to play, you know what I'm saying, because of, you know, the physicality of you know, prison football. But you know, LJ was a quarterback on there, and then, you know, then we had the flag football leagues too, where the administration ran the flag football leagues, and you know, we would compete against you other units and stuff like that on Greensville. They might bring, B unit over the C unit, and we, had a championship game or whatnot and things like that. So it was this was back in the 90s, man. So it was kind of fun, you know what I'm saying? It kept you active, kept you, in shape, and gave you something to do in the land of boredom and chaos and violence and larceny. So, the sports was a big relief. So, like I said, he was known to be one of the, better athletes on the compound when it came to that. But he ain't getting that boxing ring for sure. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know what I'm saying? That was only built for certain people, right? But, yeah, he definitely was a good athlete. But like I say, more or less, he was known for his hustling too, because, like I say, he was a dope boy on the street. And a lot of dope boys on the street, they, especially if they was getting it and doing their thing, they become dope boys in prison, you know what I'm saying? Because they got the plug. They know how to get it. And, they still had people out there on the street that was doing their thing and would, find a way to get it in. If they found an avenue to get it in, man, they make money. And obviously LJ had a way, and he always had his hands in something. Also, he loved to gamble. You understand me? He played poker, skiing, shot dice, whatever it was that was gambling, he was in the mix of it. Now, during this time, I'm a gambler, you know what I'm saying? So this is how we, cross paths or whatnot, he's an aggressive gambler because, like I say, you got money. So when you got money, you're an aggressive gambler. But in prison, man, it's like, everybody is angling for the dude that got the money. So a lot of times dudes are angling for him. A lot of times he ran the game. He ran a poker game. You know what I'm saying? And he'll try to bully money. And then when you playing poker or any type of gambling establishment in prison, it's always going to be that ego thing involved too. Don't nobody want to lose. Don't nobody want to feel, disrespected. Don't nobody want to be talked to in a certain way, which is a conflict of interest within itself, because all of this is going to happen when you gambling in prison. It's just going to happen. So this is why a lot of, violence break out during the gambling games. Then you got to imagine everybody gambling in prison. If you got 5, 6 people at the poker table, man, chances are it's 5, 6 Bethlehems at the poker table. You know what I'm saying? Or they got a cat standing somewhere close. This hole in here is, it's crazy. It's chaos, man. So me and him was in a lot of gambling games together, man. And you know how when you first meet somebody and you really ain't got no ill intentions or ill feelings about them either way, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know them. But you can meet somebody sometime that you just meet and their vibe will rub you different, where you feel like it's some type of tension. Whether it's being said or not, you feel it, within the body language. And I always felt like he ain't really like me, you know what I'm saying? He didn't. I could feel it, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't have that judgment about him initially, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm just looking at him just like another cat. I don't care nothing about what you did on the street, how much drugs you sold, how much money and cars and jewelry and girls. That stuff don't impress me, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of dudes use that as their, character. That's their signature. That's who they are, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I felt like he did. He tried to live a lot off of that, or what you had out on the street. You thinking that make you somebody in the penitentiary, which it don't. You know what I'm saying? And at the time we was young, but he was younger than me. You know what I'm saying? But he had that ego thing, like because of what he was on the street, he thought that made him somebody in the penitentiary. That don't make you nobody in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? The kingpins don't make you nobody in the penitentiary. Maybe in the feds, you know what I'm saying, that carries some weight or something like that. But in the penitentiary, it don't carry no weight. The only way it carry weight in the state penitentiary is if you still getting drugs in the state penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Because just like out on the street, people gonna kiss your butt because you the man getting drugs. They gonna kiss your butt in the penitentiary if you getting drugs, because guess what? They want to get high. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Banky don't get high, so you ain't impressing me one iota. You know what I'm saying? So I think he felt that vibe that I won't impress with him as other dudes was. I won't kissing his butt as other dudes was, because I didn't need him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a thing. That's an ego thing with certain dudes. They feel like they want you to need them. He ran a store box. I ran a store box. You getting drugs? At times, I could get drugs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, was getting them like you because I want a drug dealer. But if people owe me and drugs touch my hand, I'm going to flip it and make some money. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't need nobody in there for nothing. He always felt like, to me, he gave me the impression like he liked it when people needed him, or, you know, felt like, you know, he put him on a pedestal. Like, yeah, you know, LJ the dude, man. Oh, yeah, LJ the one got this. LJ, man, I won't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that created a lot of the tension. And, you know, we was cordial. You know what I'm saying? We was cordial, but every now and then he has just, you know, let something slip out of his mouth that was kind of like slick. You know, trying to be slick or something, you know, especially like, I'll be the first one to tell you, I won't no heck of a ball player as far as playing basketball, but I'm a knockdown shooter. You can believe that, you know what I'm saying? But it's been times like, you know, I go out there or something, every now and then I played the ball, especially in the 90s, you know, and everybody trying to get runs or something like that, you know, and if he had a chance to pick or something, you know, he would make sure he would pick me, you know what I'm saying? Because he felt like, oh, no, he ain't, man, I'm trying to win, you know, like I can't contribute to the winning. Little slick stuff like that I ain't really let get to me at the beginning. But as time went on, I started to see him for who he was and his little, you know, quirky ways, and I started to have a little dislike for him. But, you know, it really wasn't no thing because it hadn't came to no head. He didn't directly put, you know what I'm saying? I deal with directness. I don't deal with that indirectness unless it get too out of hand. So that's the type of vibe we was on. But we had a lot of dudes within the circle of who he dealt with and who I dealt with, was everybody was all cool. You know what I'm saying? His main man partner ended up being like Slim Wilson. And shout out to Slim Wilson, man. Slim Wilson still fighting for his liberation, man. Slim probably up in the 40s now, man. 41, 42, 43 years or something now been locked down, man. Crazy, crazy, man. Me and Van was talking about that as well. But Slim was his man, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Slim and him was cool. But, you know, Slim gamble and do and into all the things he into too. But then Slim like to get high. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's the bond. You know, he was cool with Van because Van is a hustler and Van was cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Me and Van super cool. You know what I'm saying? Then I had Savage. Savage ain't do no gambling or nothing. I did the video on Savage. Savage he just all about lifting weights and being cut up and, you know, drinking his coffee and working out. That's what he about, and chasing them women. You know what I'm saying? So all of us was in the same block. So we was all, you know, mingled and you know what I'm saying, or dealt with each other on a daily basis and stuff like that. And then, like I say, poker games is being run every day in there. Poker game, a dice game or something. So, you know, if I get in a poker game or get in a dice game and I win, you know, normally, you know, we young. I'm talking trash. You know, this is what we do. If he running the game and he always had the thing, which every dudes do, so I can't, you know, put nothing about everybody who run the game. Your objective is to beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to walk away from that table as a winner but yourself. This is the purpose of running the game. Now, it don't always work out like that, but that's always the goal. So if you get in his game and you come out a winner, because like I say, he going to be bullying the money because he got more money, probably more than everybody that's at the table. So he going to always try to overbet you or bet you off a hand and make sure that he try to ensure that he win all the time. And his other dudes' objective to get in the game to try to win themselves. So when somebody do walk away winning, he got a little attitude. You can tell, like he don't want, you love to win, but you got to pay too when somebody win. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the game. So I win. I used to win because I used to, not all the time. I ain't gonna say that, but when I did win, I won, and you know, I let it be known I won, and definitely want my money. But he used to always just give me this little, you know, you can feel it, that little tension, like he ain't, you know, like, yeah, all right, yeah, you won, oh, lucky, you know, that type of stuff. But man, yeah, I could feel it coming in the air, man. You know, I could feel like what's his name, Phil Collins. I could feel it, man, because it was just building and building. And I can remember, man, when you know, it all had came down one day when he was I think I was going to the microwave or something. I think I may have won in the poker game earlier that day. So I was going to the microwave or something. You know, there's always a line for the microwave. And I believe that's where it all popped off at, because I was behind somebody, and then he was claiming he was behind somebody, and I'm like, nah, I'm next, woo woo woo, and then he's like, no, you ain't, you know, and he started getting like a little aggressive, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, I ain't going for that from nobody, so he started getting a little aggressive, you know, the tone of his voice or something, and I was like, man, hold on, I'm next, dog, it ain't no hands ups or butts about that, so pipe down, who you, and it, you know, and I'm like, man, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. I don't care nothing about none of that. All your flunkies, this ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? So he acting like he really want to do something, and I know 9 times out of 10 he know he can't whoop me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good an athlete is. You definitely can't whoop me. But he probably had something on him, which I won't trip him because I had something on me. But because we out there in the block. So Slim Wilson, he get in between, he troubleshoot, man, y'all come on, man, y'all come on, man, we all cool together, man, and you know, woo, woo. But he steady mumbling like he was about that. And now I feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? First of all, because if I feel threatened, something gonna pop off anyway. But I'm feeling like you trying to show off for the masses, like you know, like you really want it with me, and that you know you really don't. So that's where and I'm like, I'm mad, and I'm telling Slim, man, you better check your dude, man. He playing with the wrong one, Slim, because me and Slim over there talking when we done been separated, and Slim more or less like, I'm gonna holler at man, come on, man, it ain't about that woo. I'm like, man, nah, I'm getting tired of his little, you know, little slick little jumps, man. I'm telling you, you better check him. You know what I'm saying? But he over in his corner still, you know, walk around with his chest like he done really did something, like he done, you know, checked me or something. Nah, I can't be checked. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and let the little junk go on the strength of, you know, Slim Wilson or whatever. Just like, you know, tell that joke to stay away from me. And I had already made up my mind. I ain't trying to gamble with him no more. I ain't trying to be in his vicinity because I know what's gonna happen. I know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna predict the outcome. Believe that. I'm gonna do that every time when it comes to you know, my person, my life. I'm gonna predict the outcome. I'm gonna make sure how anything gonna turn out that I'm involved with, because I'm already plan, plot, strategize, and bomb first. Period. So I know how it's going down. He may not know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we get through the night or whatever, man. So, man, I think we wake up to go, it's breakfast time or something, to go to breakfast or something, man. And you know, Slim Wilson have been the troubleshooter in the situation. He done jive like Squash and Joan. You know, Van done said something to me. You know, Savage done said something to me. Now, you know, Savage got his own little funny ways and this, that, and the third. And he quiet. He ain't about none of that drama. Savage don't gamble. He don't do none of that. He don't do drugs. I told you, he working out, coffee, women. That's his thing. But me and him cool though. You know, certain people you could be cool with, and you may not do everything that they do, and they may not do everything that you do, but y'all got some type of understanding with each other. I understood Savage. You know what I'm saying? I understood him. Whether he understood me or not, I don't know, because he don't talk too much. But I understood Savage. But one thing I do know about him, he ain't to be played with, and he loyal. If he mess with you, he mess with you. And I knew that he messed with me. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you could feel those friendships, those bonds, right? And even though he'll get mad at me, don't speak for weeks at a time because he can't get no coffee or he ain't do something that he wanted you to do. He just was quirky like that. But he was a good dude, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the next morning, man, it's like we coming out, everybody trying to get the breakfast or whatever, man. I can remember, man, I think I was going to microwave or something, man, and he come across the floor and they going out, they child, I don't usually go to breakfast. And it's like we locked eyes and like he was giving me like some look like, yeah, I mean, yeah, ain't nothing changed. You know, like, and these dudes trying to squash this and you still gonna be like snatching, like acting like you bought that or you really want something. Man, that joint had me so, perplexed, and I'm like, oh, this joker trying to play with me. He think this is a game. And man, this is when you be at those crucial moments, because I've locked it in my mind. Then you got to remember now, I'm in the frame of mind of young penitentiary, an astronomical amount of time to do. I ain't playing no games. I ain't taking no chances. So you not gonna be agitating me. That ain't gonna happen, because I'm not gonna be uncomfortable around nobody. I just can't do it, because I don't you know, I'm gonna get uneasy. So when he did that, man, I locked it in my mind. I said, I'm gonna hurt this joker right here. He can get the business, you know what I'm saying? And I go and I get myself together and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, man, do I really? And then I didn't want to give him no type of, you know, false sense of bravado to thinking that he gonna be, you know, saying slick stuff to me, or because he gonna catch me at the wrong moment, or he gonna get too emboldened to thinking that I ain't gonna do nothing, and it's gonna come out later or sooner. So I'm gonna deal with it sooner. I'm not gonna let it linger. I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna get him. You know what I'm saying? This is how I done put it in my head. I done convinced myself in there talking to myself, which is a dangerous thing when you just talk. I said, yeah, I'm gonna get him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and get him the business. So man, I scrap up. I get that Bethlehem, and I formulate the whole plan in my mind. Like I say, I'm gonna predict the outcome. So I said, I'm gonna go down these stairs. I'm gonna wait for them. They be coming back from breakfast. When he come walking back from breakfast, if he look at me any type of way, or grit on me, or give me any type of indication that he still act, I'm gonna give it to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to him. I'm talking, yeah, some Jason type. I was gonna give it to him. So I'm out there and I'm in front of the building and I'm waiting for him to come back, and I got that look, I got that frame of mind, I got that, yeah, all right, it's going down. The day is one of them, it's going down. You know, and Savage, you know, by me being around him a lot, he knew. So he come down and he come out and he see me standing in front of the building, and he knew about what was going on from the previous night. So he like, man, what's up, man? What you doing, man? What you doing? And I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm good. He said, man, what you out here? And we get to going through it, and he knew what I was doing. I said, man, listen, I'm tired of that dude, man. He playing games. We supposed to squash on these dudes talking or whatever. Then he gonna walk by me and act like, man, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him this moment. And Sal was like, man, don't do that, man. Don't do that. And he more or less trying to talk me out of it, and he telling me, man, come on, man. You know, we all cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you. If you do it, then I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to, you know, think about yourself, think about me, man. Don't put me in that position. Don't put me in that position. And I'm listening to him, but I want him to get away from me, because now he messing with my head and giving me this guilt trip, like if I do something, and I'm telling him, don't get involved. You ain't got to get involved. And he like, nah, how can I not? You know, because these are the rules of the penitentiary. You walk with a dude, you die with a dude, you kill with a dude. You know what I'm saying? And I walk with him. You know what I'm saying? So it is putting him, but that's why I didn't let him know what I was going out there to do. Period. You know what I'm saying? So he just came out there because he been around. He know, and he felt that vibe. And man, he talking to me so much, and I'm trying to get rid of him. And lo and behold, headache coming back from child. So now I'm ready. I'm ready to get it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I'm just looking at him and I'm waiting. And Savage steady there, he in my ear. He telling me, no, man, no, this ain't it. This ain't the way. Woo, woo. And man, they come up. And when they come up and everything, and I'm looking at him, and boom, it's Slim Wilson. He see it too. You know what I'm saying? He see it too. So when he walk up, I'm more or less like, I mean, like, what's up? And Savage like, man, ooh, then Slim Wilson, they mediating and all this. And then he's still looking like, but I think it locked in his brain. It locked in his brain that I'm in danger. You know what I'm saying? I'm in danger. Now, he tried to hold that bravado face, but it locked in his mind that he was in danger. And Slim Wilson like pulling him and talking to him or whatever. And he like, what? I mean, what's going on? Like, you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know, go back and watch that video, man. The way it ended up, man, and he ended up going, you know, they squashed it, Joan, and talked to him, whatever. But I'm telling you right now, you know what I'm saying, and just me just reminiscing about it from talking to Van, man, in my mind, when I'm in that type of frame of mind, man, you know, anything can happen. And I don't like to be in that type of frame of mind, because I felt threatened. I felt, you know, pressure, you know, like he was trying to play with me, and I wanted to be played with. You know what I'm saying? And just those things that come together, man, that you have no control over the forces. It got to be, you know, it got to be a higher power. It got to be God to bring Savage down there, to have Slim Wilson with him to mediate, to have, you know, these other. Because if not, and I make my own decision at that time, he wouldn't even be here. You know what I'm saying? And I probably wouldn't even be here talking to y'all. Because if he would have came walking back from that child by himself, and I would have been out there by myself, and he would have gave me that look or got smart, I wasn't even going to do no talking. I was going to start, you know, picking and poking. You know, so I'm glad, man. I'm really glad that didn't happen, man. I definitely am glad that didn't happen, because it would have altered my life. You know what I'm saying? And but possibly took his. You know, because this is how you living in the penitentiary. This is how the lay of the land was at the time. This is what happens. This is what you do. Not knowing and like looking back now in retrospect, that's just insanity. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's insanity. But we were living in an insane world. You know, so I'm glad, man, you know, and speaking to Van, and I was telling, man, and Van was telling me, he was like, man, I remember that, man. I knew you was going to get him, man. You was going to get him, boy. I was glad you didn't get him, man. I remember, I was glad you didn't get him. You know, and I was like, yeah, me too, Van. He said, yeah. I said, I wouldn't even be out here. He said, yeah, you probably wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't. And then he was telling me about how LJ doing now out here on the street, because he said he's seen me out here on the street. And he said he doing good. He doing real good. He even got some businesses and everything, which don't surprise me. It don't surprise me at all, because like I say, I don't take nothing from him. He's a hustler. He gonna find his way to you know, the dollar bill. I don't care where he at. He just them type of dudes. You know those type of dudes. He gonna find his way to the dollar bill, man. But he just had this arrogance and stuff about him, and I don't know if he still got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, obviously he functioning out here in the world if he got his own businesses and doing his own thing. You know, and hopefully, you know, he continue to do so. But yeah, man. But I just remember that, just talking to Van, man, and it just took me back to that time and that state of mind. And you know, you got to do that sometime. You gotta you know, look back at your past and see how, you know, you were operating on, you know, on what wavelength you was operating on, where you saw fit to think that certain things were okay, or they were, you know, the way to handle something, you know. And you know, at the age that I am now, and at the stage of the point of life I am now, you know, I know now without a shadow of a doubt that was crazy. But I also know back then I was willing to do that, you know, without hesitation, just because I felt it was what I was supposed to do, and it was the best way to protect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like if I let that go and he keep coming at me, maybe he would get brave enough that he might want to do something to me, or maybe he'll catch me at the wrong time and I instantly react and do something, you know. So you have to address these things head on immediately when they are affecting you. And it was affecting me, that when he walk out and with that smirk and acting like, nah, bro, we gonna stop this before it get bigger, before it get to rolling, you know. But I remember, man, we ended up going, you know, we was more or less cordial the rest of the time we was around each other. We was never cool again. We never was like socializing and, you know, speaking like what's up or whatever. But, you know, we walked by each other and, you know, he nod, I nod, or whatever. You know, that was later on, months and months later, it got to that point. But we never like sat down and chopped it up no more. Nah, all that was gone. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, in penitentiary, when it comes to the point, man, where you know somebody will try to harm you, or you think somebody is going to harm you, with me, I don't know about most people, but with me, it ain't never no more peace with me. Because as long as I know that you got malice in your heart, that you might want to try to hurt me, or you don't like me, then what I want to deal with you for? It ain't no reconciliation with me with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm glad it turned out the way it did turn out, and I'm glad he out here doing good, man. You know, I live different now. I think different now. You know what I'm saying? And I move different now. I wouldn't, you know, operate like that. If I saw him tomorrow on the street, you know what I'm saying, and he spoke, I'll speak, and we'll, you know, reminisce a little bit, and, you know, talk about how it was back then, and, you know, what's going on with your life right now, man. So, you know, I wish him nothing but the best, man. And Yeah, but this is a penitentiary lifestyle, man. This is a penitentiary mindset that you in. When I look back on it now, that you don't even acknowledge, man. That you just living like a animal, like a savage. You know what I'm saying? There should be nothing, in this world that make you feel like you are, especially for words, that you want to take a man's life, because he actually didn't, do anything to me physical. You know what I'm saying? It was all, verbal. It was all, mental, messing with my mind, like making me think that you gonna do something or you will do something was enough for me back then to want to harm you. You know what I'm saying? It was enough for me back then because I won't take no chances. When you see the things that I had seen thus far in the penitentiary, when you witness people getting savaged and getting brutalized and stuff, you in a zone, man. You thinking, the first thing you think to yourself is, I can't let that be me. I just can't. And whatever I got to do to make sure it's not me, I'm willing to do. So that's why I moved the way I moved and act the way that I acted, man, because it was self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? Never out of malice, never out of jealousy, never out of envy, never out of, advantage taking. I ain't never moved like that. I can honestly say that I never moved like that. I always moved out of self-preservation and protection of me and my person. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if a lot of cats in there can say that. But, anybody who really know me know that. They can never say that I did anything to anybody just cause. You know what I'm saying? Never. You know what I'm saying? Never, But, and I'm glad I didn't, like I say, didn't do nothing to him, for something as small as that, which I see it as small now, but I didn't at that time. But, yeah, man, I just thought about that stuff, man, and it's just crazy when you think back on that, man. And one decision to change your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Because had I did that, there's no telling. There's no telling what would have been the outcome, what would have been the punishment, what would have been the repercussions. It ain't no telling. And he had a whole rack of dudes now that rock with him. So I would have had even some more enemies, down the line, which, I already knew that come with the territory. But, yeah, I'm just glad it worked out the way it did, man. Which goes back to one of my favorite sayings, man. You know what I'm saying? Do not do what you think, man. Think about what you do. And think about what it's going to cost you and what it's going to cost somebody else and the repercussions for you and the ramifications for that person and their family and your family and everything, man. It's just a lot to think about, man. So you have to be cautious in the way you move and the decisions that you make, man. Being safe, being smart, and making good decisions, man. So, and sometimes you make good decisions, man, not even knowing you making good decisions. Sometimes you make the best decision, not even knowing that you making the best decision at that time. And that's what happened in this situation. So there's, like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, and that's the blessing. You know what I'm saying? I made the best decision under advisement and the circumstances around me and the people around me. I made the best decision that I could have possibly made in that scenario, not knowing at the time that it was the best decision, because my thinking was a little flawed back then. But I'm glad, man. I'm glad it worked out the way it did, man, because, like I say, sometimes God might put a little hint or put a little people in your way to help you and push you in the right direction, man. So, yeah, salute to Savage, man, because Savage actually saved him that day, man. Savage saved two people that day. He saved him and he saved me. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Savage, man, if you out there too, man. Shout out to LJ. Shout out to Slim Wilson. And shout out to, the big homie Van, man. And glad it all worked out, man. But, hey, anyway, man, don't never be in the penitentiary, and you won't ever be in these positions. That is the bottom line, you know what I'm saying, period. Because it ain't nothing in there but foolishness, larceny, skullduggery, tomfoolery, trickery. That's all in there, man. And flimflammery. And you don't want no parts of that, man. Stay out here, stay free, stay striving, man, reaching your goals, man. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions. See y'all in 24 hours. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Y'all know I talk back, man. Peace and love out there, TBP. We on the road to 100K. Let's get there. You understand me? Because we gotta get it. Let's go. Bam!
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.